Hello, I'm Jason Stephenson. Welcome to Tiny Daily Kick. You ever walk into a room and suddenly you feel smaller? And not because you don't belong, but because everyone else seems to be so sure of themselves. It seems like they're laughing louder, talking faster, and acting like they've already got it all figured out. And maybe you just shrink a little. And I know that feeling. When I went to university as a mature age student, I was 29 at the time, so the others were 18, 19, maybe 20, and they all seemed so confident. And I'd walk into that lecture hall and immediately think, oh man, they've got their shit together, these guys. And even though logically I had more life experience than they did, but in that room, I felt less. And now looking back, I wish I could just walk up to that younger version of me and just put a hand on his shoulder and say, Jason, you're valuable. You're equal to anyone else in this room. You are no less than anyone. I didn't realize it then, but comparison was quietly eating away at my confidence. There was a study at University of Michigan a few years back, and they found that when we mentally compare ourselves to others, even casually, our self-worth drops. Just that little measuring we do in our mind, and that shrinking, well, it happens quietly, inside, which means the rebuilding also happens there. Confidence doesn't grow from applause. It doesn't come from trying to prove anything. It grows in the quiet. It grows in those tiny moments where you choose yourself. Wayne Dyer said, "You are not what you've done, you are what you choose to become." And I think that's exactly it. Confidence comes from those little private commitments that you make to yourself when you show up anyway, when you don't shrink this time, when you remember that you're equal. So here's your tiny daily kick today. Next time you catch yourself comparing, just pause for a moment and tell yourself, I am valuable. I am absolutely equal. I don't need to shrink. And that one sentence plants a seed. Confidence rarely begins in the spotlight. It begins in the soil. You're growing something real, even if nobody sees it yet. Until next time, I'm Jason Stephenson. Imagine boldly, then go out and live it.